Hi, my name is Binita and I've been an English as a second language teacher for about 8 years. And recently I was reflecting on the key elements to leading a successful ESL classroom. And these are things that are a little more abstract that, at least in my experience, were not taught to me in a certification course or training for a new position. So hopefully something in here resonates with you or can be of use in your teaching in your classroom. Number 1, connection. One thing that I strive for in all of my classes, no matter what, is connection. This is connection on a personal level with me and my students. This is connection for my students with each other and creating this bond, creating community. And both of those things add this element of trust and comfort, so your students are more willing to participate, make mistakes, they encourage each other. They're also looking forward to coming to class. Another part to connection is making sure you connect the materials that you're teaching to your students and their lives. If what you're teaching isn't relevant, you're gonna lose their interest and they're probably not gonna remember it. Number 2, engagement. Ask yourself every day, if you were your students, would you want to be taking your class? Is it interesting? Is it relevant? Is it captivating? Find a way to present these topics and your English materials in a way that can be applied to the real world or applied to them personally. Your presence and personality is what makes the boring or difficult lessons more enjoyable or interesting. Okay, this last one is a little bit of a combination of elements, so I'm cheating a little bit, but it's structure and organization combined with perceptiveness and flexibility. And the reason I say you need these 4 things all together is because it is so important for you to be organized with your agendas, with your lesson plans, to have each activity with a general time frame. You have to know what your goals are. While you need a structure to your lessons, you also need to be flexible and perceptive to your students' needs. So if you're doing an activity, you just presented the information, they're in the middle of the activity, and you see that students are really struggling, maybe pause that activity and present the information in a different way or repeat the presentation. Make sure you're asking comprehension questions to figure that out. And also, how are they feeling? You have to figure out the needs of your students. On the other hand, if they seem to really be understanding the information pretty quickly, then move on. Don't be so rigid that you can't deviate from your plan at all. And also know the level of your students. Every class is different from each other. Every student is different from each other. So you have to add in this other element of perceptiveness and then be flexible with your plan and how you teach. Last but not least, I know I said only 3 elements, but I'm gonna add a bonus 4th because it kind of ties in with everything else I just said, and that's empathy. Be human. Be kind, be understanding. It's important to have guidelines and rules. I'm very strict in my attendance. I give grades for tests and presentations and projects, but I also like to remind myself and my students that it's just English. It's just English class. For me, it's not a college level class. It's not a make or break situation. It's not a life or death situation, hopefully. It's good to remind them why they're in class and what their goals are. I'm not saying it's not valuable to be in class. And for some people, it is necessary for their job or to pass the TOEFL exam. So I'm not saying it's unimportant. However, it's not something they should be going home and crying about or extremely stressed over. It's not the end of the world if you fail a test. The important thing as a teacher is to motivate your students. You want to remain positive and lift your students up and show them that they can have fun while learning, and they're probably going to learn better if they are relaxed. Maybe they have external life circumstances that are extremely challenging that we might not know about. So make your classroom somewhere safe and comfortable and where they feel accepted. Gonna leave you with that. I hope that was helpful. Until next time.